Hey everybody, Tony George, DocSports.com. How you doing on a Thursday? Big clash in the ACC tonight between the North Carolina Tar Heels, who take to the road to take on the Pitt Panthers tonight in what ought to be a showcase, a couple good offenses and a couple really good quarterbacks. So we'll give the free play there. A couple leans of college basketball as well for you that we passed on. Very quickly, Thursdays today, we release all our football picks. Any handicapper at Docs over there. Free $60, link in the description below. Be there or be square. We've been hot in college football. We got a 4-pack for you on Saturday with a 7-unit top play. Top plays are 4-1-1. We lost one last week, won every other game we had. We'll bounce back this week with a solid 7-unit pick on a 4-pack. And on Sunday in the NFL, we split last week 2-2 on what was a bloodbath for 95% of the people out there in the NFL last week. We managed to go 2-2. Only drop a couple 3 units, so we'll make that up for you and then some with a 6-unit top play. Thursday night game and Monday night game. So we're going to have 6 picks in all for the NFL. I'm not shy. I'm not worried about, only 3 favorites covering last week. We know what we're doing. We're ready to go. Over there at DocSports.com. Be there or be square. Now, college basketball, we're unbeaten. 3-0 this year to start out the season, plus $1,100. Passing today. I'll mention a couple of games briefly in the free pick section. Also in the NBA, a 1-2 last night. Very disappointing. Very pissed off. Tonight we have the Raptors taking on the 76ers, and we have a 4-unit side position there, and we're going to win it. NHL was working so hard looking over all this college basketball all morning, trying to get a couple of picks possibly. Couldn't pull the trigger on any of them for a premium play. So the ones I'll give you will probably go 2-0. But didn't get a chance to get my NHL pick in, which should be a top play. But we got a 4-unit moneymaker in the NHL tonight. Really good matchup. Just a mismatch. Should be a 6 or 7-unit play. But we got it up there at 4. We're going to win. All football will be out at 5 Central today. Now, we did some videos yesterday. Myself, Scott Spreitzer, 8-8 from the Red Rock Sportsbook here, courtesy of Stations Casino, Chuck Esposito, McCormick, Simball, all the guys over there that allow us to come into their fabulous property and tape these shows. Also a nice interview with Chuck Esposito about where they made the money last week, where the liability is this week. Good intel if you're a sports bettor. It's free. It's on this channel. Sean Salisbury and I. 2 videos yesterday. I did not get them up. I'll get them up this morning. About 1 o'clock Pacific, they'll be up. 2 of the biggest games of the weekend. We'll give them to you for free. Or give you some opinions. So there you go. Now, I'm not taking any golf. Somebody asked me about golf. I'm not messing with the Houston Open this week. I got too much stuff going on to open up golf for this particular season this weekend. Just too much going on. So that being said, let's get to the game tonight. Now, in college basketball, I mentioned, I like the, Northern Iowa was taking on Vermont. I kind of like the under in that one. I really wanted to pull the trigger on Hawaii tonight in that tournament out there. I just couldn't do it. They scored 97 points last night. They're taking on Northern Colorado, who hung on to win. But the 97 points was impressive. However, they played kind of like a JUCO team, so I think they're going to have a fairly high scoring team this year. May be able to get over on Northern Colorado. And I do like that Northern Iowa struggled to score their first game of the season. They do not have 3-point shooters there. I know the Mo Valley. Vermont could put up some points. They're laying 4.5 in that one. But I kind of like the under there in that one. They do play good defense. I'll give them that. The Panthers do. But just a couple college basketball leans. Now in the college football game tonight, you got 6.5 points being laid here by Pitt in a big-time national TV game, total 72. The last 4 times these guys have met, dating back to 2016, all 4 went over. And all 4 of those games were single-possession finals. Pitt's impressive, obviously. I've had them a couple of times this year. One of them, they were my game of the year over Clemson. I faded North Carolina a couple times this year and won both times. because Mac Brown is a horrific big game coach. Horrific. He is fade material. Now, they managed to rally last week out of nowhere and end up beating Wake Forest, putting up a ton of points, where Wake Forest, good football team, well coached, better coach in that game. However, they have no defense. Pitt has some semblance of a defense here. Pitt's number 7 in college football in yards per play and number 1 scoring offense at 45 points a game. And Pickett is a Heisman Trophy candidate, which is interesting. It's an interesting dichotomy because Sam Howell was supposed to be the all-saint savior and be, at least one of the leaders in the clubhouse, for lack of a better term, when it came to the Heisman voting and winning the Heisman Trophy this year. And just the opposite has happened. Pickett's the one that's getting all the press. And he should. He's a great quarterback. Great. He didn't have a lot around him for 2 or 3 years. He's got some players around him now. That being said, I think this is a shootout tonight. 72 probably in jeopardy. I can see both teams in the 30s here. Mid to high 30s. I think it's going to be a tight ball game. Small, tiny, minute lean on the over. But I think North Carolina covers the number tonight. I think Pitt will win it. I think North Carolina can cover. I just think they can trade punches, and Howell wants to prove something against, a division rival quarterback who has outshined him this year when he was supposed to be the man. I think they show up tonight. I know it's a short week. Probably some tired legs after, just an absolute, a track meet, up and down the field against, Wake Forest last week. So their defense is going to give up some points here, but I think that, they offensively they can trade punches. That's my free pick. Back at you on Friday.